Came up out the womb of man with everything that you demand. You could say I had a plan way before I had a fan. Some would probably call it luck, I just call it being blessed. You ain't never did the work, but you wanna be the best. Lately I could never stress, never better yet. Might have had a thing for you, she know I'm the better bet. I digress, I let it rest, go and get another check. I could always see my future, I bet they could never guess. Guessing they get it, cause look at me now and then look at yourself in the mirror. I know they doubted my thesis, but they doubted Jesus, and right now I'm making it clear. Clearly these people don't know where they going, and lately I feel like the man with the map. I got this shit out the mud, you could give me the word and I'll probably give it right back. Back at the bus I was scraping the change, back in my head I was living a life. Back at my job I was losing
Molly,
básicos. All of these working and working, I feel like a liar and I cannot lie to my soul. I know the truth universal, so don't let me tell you, I know that a lot of you know.
Oh my God.
Man, that ending gets me every time. What's going on, people? We have a special treat tonight. The man, he's not up and coming, but he's got a name on his map here. Putting on some good races, some big time races, and here he is, without a doubt, the man.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
I can't call it. Hey, man, that intro is live. I was back here dancing.
Yeah. The ending gets me every time. The blue collar guys and the rowdy racing guys, man, they killed me with the memes that they put up. I mean, if they did it on me, I would be rolling too, because they're just funny.
Oh yeah,
and I'm a funny guy.
What I love about what we do, man, is these guys that come and get themselves involved, and just seeing so many different personalities just cut it up.
So what does King Messi? What got you into doing the races and organizing and what brought this about?
Well, it ain't gonna be too messy for this little part of it. Been street racing all my life. Joined the military, went to the army, did a couple of years, come out, had to find something extra to do before I drank myself to death. You know, got into street racing, done that, and my grandmother came to me and she was like, "Hey, that's illegal. You need to stop." So you know us, we was enjoying ourselves. Just a couple of years back, 3-4 years, coming up on 4 years, had a bad wreck, and everybody came out clean. The car was totaled, and right there I knew that I had to change up. I'm still going to street race, but you know what I'm saying? But I thought about all the younger guys out there. You know, they ain't making $7.50, $8 like we did when we came up. These guys working oil rigs and everything else, they got big money. So they spending big money on these fast cars and getting out there, and they getting hurt. So I want to do my part to put it out to them. Hey, let's go to the track, this and that, till you get seat time, then step over to the streets with us.
Yeah. I know, since, you know, I don't know how old you are, and I ain't going to ask, but you know, back in the day, you know, people would, when we used to do it, if you trailered your car, you had to give up links, and if you drove it, then you got heads up. But them cars, you know, back then were, you know, nothing compared to what they are now.
Sure.
So I know safety is a big deal on, even when we do street stuff. You know, we make sure they at least got a helmet. We're not really teching cars and stuff like that on the street and stuff, but you know, at least have your lid covered, you know.
That's right. I tell you, I was one of those dumb ones, Limpy. In a car, no seatbelt on, no helmet, banging gears. It was just a lifestyle. But you know, the more important to get a little older, and you learn.
Yeah. I mean, seatbelts and helmet. I mean, especially on the street, you know, anything can happen. You know, we try to make stuff safer. I mean, it's still illegal. You know, 2 wrongs don't make a right, but you know, you can still be safe about what you do when you're behind the wheel.
That's right. That's why it takes OGs like yourself to coordinate things. When you get these drivers in there, you're not just bringing anybody off the street. You bring in guys with clout, and those guys know what time it is when it comes to safety. They know when you make a call, it's the call, and that's what it takes. Keeping everything living like we came through, like back in the OG days. It takes guys like you, man. You do a great job.
So I know you're out there on the kind of the East Coast, kind of Southeast, I guess. How much has it changed from from the people that you grew up with to where they are now? I know lip smacking has gotten a lot worse over the years.
Yeah.
Not really a lot, but it's gotten a lot, especially with social media and stuff nowadays. The backlash and the just total disrespect to people. But you can still be disrespectful, but kind of be clean about it. And some people kind of cross the lines over that stuff. What do you think about all that stuff?
Man, I tell you, just from my area down here in the South, East Coast, everything has changed. Nothing is the same. That's what makes our job so hard. And I know you go through it. A lot of the promoters out there go through it. A lot of street organizers go through it. It's just a lack of respect for each other as a person, let alone a racer, that has destroyed a lot of stuff that we came up enjoying, and that's why I'm glad you're doing what you're doing, Richard doing what he's doing, and I'm attempting to do what I'm doing. We keep that old school respect. We gonna joke, we gonna have fun, we gonna talk all the shit in the world, but I ain't finna talk about your mama. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit that you just don't. You talk about my mama, we finna fight. But
yeah. You don't cross a line.
Yeah. All jokes aside, it's just some lines that you don't cross. We spend our money, we go to work, we spend our money on these cars. We come out, whether it's fans or not, street racing or not, it's about money. Back in the day, we didn't race for a whole lot of money. $100 was a ton of money. Now we got $100,000 races. We got $20,000 races every corner. That's a lot of money. And when you get that pride and you get all that mixed up in that with that money, man, expect some things to happen. It's just, I do invitationals and I've caught a lot of slack. What? We ain't good enough to run? No, I invite guys that I personally met, guys that my friends know. We all get together. I know their mentalities. It's hard to bring in people that you don't know because it only takes one to ruin everything for everybody.
Yeah, and that one guy that knows somebody, we all know how that goes. And they're usually the one.
Let me say this. If Rolling Dale don't get his ass off here talking that stuff, I'm finna get we gonna get past this. He said, "Is it Christmas time already?"
No, and
keep that same energy.
My son, I can't take him anywhere, and I need to pull his phone from him so he don't have internet access. Oh man, Rolly, go to bed. You're grounded.
We gonna put you in that booster seat, Rolly.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you're having fun. I like that. Feel it put fuel on the fire. That's what we like. Keep on with it.
Yeah, and people talk a big game promoter wise and stuff these days, but without some people don't do car count. They do guaranteed. Or not. They say guaranteed, but then they don't have the car count, and then it's 100% payout. How do you keep from coming?
Man,
I know you don't have a problem getting cars from what I can tell.
I'm gonna tread lightly when I start talking. I ain't gonna be too messy. I'm on your live feed. I ain't gonna bring the heat.
Bring it.
If you are a promoter and you put money on your flyer, and this flyer is shared all over social media where everybody sees, and you get everybody pumped up. All right. We all know that promoters make money on the gates, especially at the racetrack. You can count heads. Everybody pretty much knows when you got a crowd of folks, you can, $20 a head, this and that, So if you got a car count that comes in, some people don't make it, and you fall short on your payouts, take the money out your damn pocket and pay these folks. It ain't no race without racers. It ain't no race without drivers. They ain't coming all the way to you for no reason. They chasing money. The people are going to see that come through that gate and pay their $20. They're going to get, whether it's 2 cars or 200 cars, they're going to get a race. They're going to enjoy their $20. But where you shitting, folks, is taking money out of the driver's pockets. That is a no-go. I don't care if I make 1 penny. I don't want to go in the hole. You know, nobody wants to get broke and watch everybody else make money and have fun. But at the same time, I don't care if I have to take money out of my personal bank account. I try to be a man of my word. If I say we're going to pay this, we're going to pay this. It shouldn't take a word like guaranteed. Now we're getting technical. It shouldn't take that. Be a man of your word. That's it. That's it. A lot of guys out there not following suit on that. You know, they get all this big hype about what they're doing. And I'm not talking about anybody individually. I'm just saying what we see on an everyday basis as promoters looking on the inside, looking out, rather. And they get all this hype going on, and come day of, the money's made, but they backtrack. Don't never backtrack. That'll kill you every time. You know, I'm not going to say every race that we've thrown has made money. Lord knows I'd be fatter. You know, I'd have more race cars. It doesn't work that way. You may throw 10 races and make money on one, or break even on the one, making money for all the money that you lost. You know, and we understand that. As a group, we come in already prepared for that. Number one, we want to have fun. Number two, we love meeting people. Number three, we're trying to grow to a place where we can have fun. But once we start having fun and making money, we're not just going to take it and run. We're going to put it back into our next event. You know, and that's just how I think things should be done.
Yeah, and I went to a place in New Mexico, Hobbs. We went there twice actually, and you know, I did my thing, and he had it on the flyer X amount, and he didn't have the car count, but he still ended up paying what he said he was going to. And
yes, sir. And in my personal opinion, if you got a promoter that's out there, man, ask Limpy, ask myself, ask any promoter. This job ain't no bullshit. I'm telling you, time, countless hours of staying on the phone, via Facebook messaging, text messaging. I'm trying to be serious. But,
I had to throw that out there.
Yeah, I saw that. That's why I started laughing. But it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of contact, a lot of networking. This is just not something that you throw together if it's anything amount or worth anything. So, you know, if you got a guy out there and you can look around, just like I said, counting heads, doing numbers, and you know he's down and he still makes his payouts, go support that man. It ain't many left. Support him. Don't run him off because he's already depressed because he ain't make no damn money. He going home eating Kellogg's Frosted Flakes and shit. You got to support him.
Yeah, Ryan and Jason them won that, and that was in Hobbs, and I think it was guaranteed over 16 cars or whatever, and I think they only had 12, and he just paid it. I mean, he's like, well, you know, I mean, they had a good crowd, and everything, so I mean, he just ended up paying it out. I mean, it is what it is.
You got to take care of guys like that, folks. Everybody that's on here on this live feed, I'm telling you, hear it from me, hear it from Limpy. Take care of the guys who take care of you. That's simple. That's grade school stuff.
Yeah. So I know you've been all over. What I know y'all consider a small tire a 28. Midwest we call it a 29.
Yeah.
I know out west it's a 28, and out in the Midwest it's 29, and out east it's 28. Have you come together with any of the 29-inch races and thought about doing any of the 29s?
I have not. I'm gonna tell you this. Everybody has their own idea of what things are, and when you try to mix them, you're gonna cause problems because you're gonna get races from both sides. Me and the guys that I've been dealing with forever just true enough believe that a 28-10-5 9W is a small tire. Well, if we were raised that way and that's what we believe, it's gonna be hard to inch on over to the other side. You know what I'm saying? So, not that I wouldn't push cars, because I got some guys that run 29s. And if somebody was having a 29 race, I would definitely push them racers to go that way. But as in the working together, I just, that's touchy. That's like asking for a little shit that you really don't want to see when you wake up in the morning on Facebook.
Yeah. So what does Messi do when he's not promoting, when he's just chill Messi? What does Messi like to do? When
King Messi takes off the cape and the crown, I sleep. Because all I do is that. No, real talk. I work civil service. Like I said, I spent some time in the Army, served some time in Iraq a couple of times, come out of the military for my family. And picked up civil service and went right back to the civilian side of working for the military. It's all I knew. So a lot of the basis and the rules that I follow is what I learned from the military. You know, a lot of people can tell that. You know, we always gonna be legit. We gonna try to tell you the truth. We gonna take care of our own, all that good stuff. That was, you know, I've learned that from Holden, baby, through good raising, but it was also amplified through the military.
Yeah. There you go.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Dylan.
Yeah. Oh, where's it? Uncle Bill's on. Uncle Bill's on.
Hey, if I was a pimp, Bill, I wouldn't be broke.
So, I know you've been all over. What is your favorite places that you've been, track wise?
Man,
even street wise or whatever.
God, I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. You asked me this question. SGMP. If y'all share this shit, the Donald Long, I'm telling you, we're going to fight. My buddy Ryan Milliken, if anybody knows, big time track racer. He did diesel performance. He had a Chevy 2 with a Cummins diesel in it. Me and him got hooked up, and he went over and broke records over at SGMP. Well, I got hooked up with him. Never had been out the street. Never been to the real racetracks, real side of that style. And he took me over to Lights Out, and that was the time of my life. You know, it was so many racers, so many fans. Man, it was packed to the gill. I say a lot, and I talk a lot of shit about Donald because of his attitude, but the man knows how to throw a race. When those lights out, it's called Lights Out for a reason. It was a super party. It wasn't no fighting. It wasn't none of that. You didn't have to come with nothing to drink. Every travel trailer that was there, car hauler, whatever, everybody had liquor. They'd offer you some. Man, we had a blast. I know that, Rolly. I know that. That's what I say. Hey, you can't knock a man. You can't knock a man. He does a great job. When I seen that first race, I said to myself, look, I come out of the streets. I know there's tons of people out there just like me. If we work together, then we can do the same shit this man doing without talking all the shit that he does on Facebook. And guess what, fellas? That's exactly what we're doing. I seen a goal. I seen another man doing it. And if any man puts on his pants a particular way, I damn can too. So hooking up with you, yourself, Limpy, with Richard, we've come up with some great ideas, and I think we well on our way. Man, Roller's still talking.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I went to the very first Lights Out, the very first one that they did. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, that's probably the best track experience I've ever been in my life.
Yes.
We went with a couple of buddies, and we camped out there, and man, just waking up to the cars and, you know, going everything. But that's when old guy from Texas here, David Wolf, went over there and started smacking everybody around. And they were like, this car supposedly been 480s at Texas. We'll have to see. And he was on a 315, and he went 450 something. And I mean, he had everybody beat by 3/10 the whole weekend. And man, it was a good time. I think it rained on us on Saturday. They ended up finishing on Sunday.
Yeah,
but it was a good time. The track experience, I liked the way the track sat down in there, and the fans could see pretty much everything from the start line, I guess. But it was a pretty good experience. That was when that Mustang went over the wall and did everything. Everybody's seen on YouTube forever, or on Facebook too. It was a good time. It was a good time down there.
I tell you what I mainly noticed about Lights Out was after the Lights Out, the party, the congregation, all the racers getting together and enjoying this time. Well, one thing that I noticed, man, we've been doing that in the streets forever. If we couldn't have a beer after I lost the race or chill out and we swapping contacts for networking, next thing you know, I'm over in his town street racing. He's coming over here. We're teaming up. A dude that just whooped my ass, we teaming up to go race somebody else. You know, I seen that already, but to see it at that magnitude was huge.
Yeah. He's like that in school.
Oh, yeah. That's my old buddy, old Sean.
So what, I know you and Scooby are running buddies. Y'all collaborate on these. It seems like y'all just wild. Y'all just wild. 40,000.
40. Let me tell everybody about that situation. I know it seems as if me and Scooby have been together forever. Me and Scooby probably been together 5-6 years. And the first day we met, it was just like, you ever meet a person that you just gel so hard with? It's like, damn, are we kin folks for real? Now we go to the racetrack. When we're on live feed, I can say something and he feeds off it. It's like he takes the words out of my mouth. I take the words out of his. It's a perfect partnership. I really don't do anything, make any decisions without running it by Scooby's first. He's like the big brother. He's been in the game a whole lot longer. Street, track, any idea that I pop up when I'm crazy, I'll say, Scooby, you think it? He'll tell me, hell no. So we make a perfect team, but I've also got to give credit to everybody else in my surrounding group of Grand Hustle. When you come through the gate, Civil War 3 or the $250,000 race, from the gate to tech to every person wearing a Grand Hustle staff shirt, that is blood relatives. Blood relatives. If they're not blood, I went to high school with, we're just all one big tight-knit family. So it's like, God seen fit to bless me with this many people that's got my back when I have these crazy ideas. Let's press forward. It's crazy.
And I know the big race coming up, that's gonna be crazy.
Yes, that's gonna be really crazy.
Are you ready for the craziness?
You want me to tell the truth, or you want me to lie about it? Oh yeah, man, I got that hands down. We do that shit all the time. No, I got butterflies like a mother. What we trying to do here is like something so far out of reach, out of my little pea brain. It is crazy. But like I said, daily, it's just falling into place like it's supposed to. We come out with it. I talked to you. I talked to Richard. Had these ideas. I threw it out there. Man, 256 cars like that. 7 days, our pre-reg list was full. And I was like, oh, shit, we may be owning something. So, I've definitely been having fun. 256 guys with 256 different ways of thinking and characteristics. It has been crazy already. I can't wait to the race.
And you're going to have not only 256 different racers, but you're going to have 256 different, or actually double that, helping each guy out.
Yep.
So you got multiple personalities. You got everybody that has to be on the start line. You have to has everybody that's got to just see what's going on. And it's going to be crazy. It's going to be insane.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I've never been more excited in my life, because I know a lot of people talking about Dig or Die. Man, I have nothing bad to say about Dig or Die, because I know on that level it is madness. So if you can pull it off and get a champion out and pay somebody a payout, you've done a great job. Oh yeah, let me show you. You see that, Kendall? I told you send it to me. I will wear it. That's what
I actually had a good time. I actually had a good time at Dig or Die. I didn't expect to go live for over 11 hours, but it worked out good. That was a good learning curve for me on the dual camera angle, and I got more chargers now. So
you did an awesome job. If not enough people have told you, you did a great job with that video. Great.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But it was I wanted to get out there and then see what I needed to do for a big time race like that. And 11 hours, I know you can't go live on Facebook for longer than 8. I do know that. You get 8-hour threshold. That's it.
Yeah.
But on the other stuff, you got good stuff. But how do you feel about live stuff at your events? Do you care for it? Or
well, I will go ahead and touch up on that. I'm glad you said that, because we're actually working on something as we speak. A lot of the reasons why a lot of bigger races have not been going on, and I'm just gonna call it real, I'm King Messi, I'm telling it like it is because more people are staying home on their couch drinking beer and watching somebody's live feed rather than paying $20 at the gate. That is why you're seeing racetracks close. That's why you're seeing promoters go broke. You just can't get the spectators that you used to. And spectators, let's just call it like we said, they pay the bills. You cannot do this kind of stuff. Money, it takes money to make money. So on the live feed thing, I've never spoke against it. I like to make people feel comfortable. But when we have something on the magnitude of the $250,000 race, we got a little swing. We're going to change some things up. Just out of the respect of the people who spend their gas, spend their time, coordinate, plan to come out to this race. and enjoy it with us. We're going to give everybody else an equal opportunity to sit at home and watch, but it will not be free. We can't allow something this epic history to be made and some people get it for free while other people pay. That's Grand Hustle is fair. We're always going to be fair up to as far as we can take it. And if we can't be fair to the people who are coming out to support us, paying their money at the gate, then we might as well close up shop and go to the house.
Yeah. I know the when I did that at Rockingham, I was flying solo and stuff like that. So, but I honestly, I had 3,000 people on YouTube, and I couldn't keep up with the chaps. I mean, they were just, I would see something and it would be gone. I know something like that magnitude. Well, you're gonna have to have, if you got somebody doing the chats or whatever, boy, they're gonna have to be on their game, because boy, I wasn't ready for it.
Yep. I already know. It's a thing of trying to grow. It's a thing of trying to get your name out there. It's a thing of giving people, because I'm gonna be honest, I've seen a day in my life that I couldn't afford to just take off and miss a day of work, because we're actually racing on Friday and Saturday. Couldn't miss a day of work, couldn't afford to go out and see a race, but that didn't mean I didn't want to see it. So the live feeds that people are doing from their personal phones is a great thing. But at the same time, we have to think about folks like Richard that's coming out, taking these great videos, like yourself. This is time, this is money out of y'all's pocket to come and provide a service. So we just can't always get that service for free,
Yes, that's true right there, James. I mean, he had nailed it right there. I mean, I know for the people that can't be there, or so like Matt Cal, he's in Australia. He was watching all the live feeds and stuff, but most of my stuff that I do, where I do on the street, most of that stuff's overseas and foreign countries and stuff like that. But it was a good time. I know not all the racers are. I know street stuff is different for what you do, but the track stuff, man, you can't feel the energy. You can kind of feel the energy if you got a good live streamer talking to them and stuff like that. But somebody just holding a camera, you don't feel the energy and stuff like that. You just actually just watching the race, and that's it. I mean,
that's right.
And you got you on the mic or somebody, just bringing it down, and you can feel the energy even when you're there, or even when you're on the live feed, you can still feel it. That's why I like y'all when you're on the mic, just killing it, hyping people up and stuff like that. Just like you hype Facebook up. Got to hype.
Hey man, I'm telling you, I post up on Facebook every now and then for all those that follow me, some uplifting things, but most of the stuff that I post, I'm posting it to myself. It's like looking in the damn mirror. I get out of bed and I'm not King Messi every day. I'm not laughing and smiling every day. Some days I have bad days, but I get up, brush my teeth, I cut a joke, I make my damn self laugh, I uplift myself, and I keep on riding. That's just what we have to do sometimes. I see a lot of comments on here talking about this live, and I'm agreeing with everybody. That's what I just said about the people who cannot afford to come out to the race. The live feeds are a great thing. And just like reiterating what Limpy said, it's not the same as being there on the site. The energy is totally different. Let it be known now, we are not going to leave anybody out of this race. CW3, anything that we do, we're going to incorporate everybody. There is no higher or lesser people in our book, because Lord knows I've been through some times where I didn't have $1 in my pocket, sleeping in the back of my truck. I'm not rich now by no means. If you call me and ask me to borrow $25, I may can handle that. But yeah, money isn't a big thing on our end. We care about people just in general.
Yeah. Bill wants to know, how long do you think it's going to take? I know y'all got a plan and y'all have orchestrated everything, but nobody plans for breakage or wrecks or oil downs and stuff. People got to take that into effect. I know some of them, especially when somebody oils the whole start line to the pits down. That's time consuming. I know.
Without letting the whole cat out the bag of how our plans are going to go, because we're going to use that for promotion towards the race when we get a little closer. But we have 256 cars, which is 128 pair. we are planning on doing round 1, if not both rounds, or round 1 and round 2, Friday night. If we can get past first round, we've made a milestone. All right. A lot of people don't understand when I said money, it takes money. People's time is not free. So what you see a lot of organizations do, they come out there with bare minimum on staff and they work the piss out of everybody and expect everybody to maintain that for 12 hours. You cannot do it. So what I do, I overstaff. I learned that from the military. Anybody that works manufacturing anything, sometimes you overstaff. If you got a quota to meet, if you got things to do in a time period, you overstaff. So I probably got 25, 30. You know, I'll have deep staging, I'll have head of staging, I'll have 3 or 4 to run down cars. I know we had a problem in CW2. We ran from mid-track out and our PA system was down. If it wasn't for that PA system, you would have seen cars hitting all day long because you've seen how many Grand Hustle shirts we had. But we literally had to send people to chase down drivers because they couldn't hear the call for second round, third round, they couldn't hear. So it threw a monkey wrench. We've come up with a system to defeat that. We're going to do some parking layout, parking plan. So every car out of 256 broken down, it'd be 64, 64, 64, and 64. We'll have flyers just like we did CW1. We're going to use those for gambling for the fans, but we're also going to use those to lay out basically who's racing who, and everybody knows what the cars look like. So every driver will have a picture of every car that's on the property. That's number one. We're going to have a message group for all drivers. When we need somebody to come to a driver's meeting to draw chips, we'll hit one message with 256 folks. We have like 10 people working in the staging lanes. We're going to get it done. We're not going to keep you there till 1, 2 in the morning. My grandma told me ain't nothing good happen after 12 o'clock. So we trying to get it done and get out of there and come back to another race day on Saturday.
Yeah. So when you're on game day, how much stress are you going through?
Well, they see as the fact that I picked the perfect year of my life to quit drinking. My stress level is probably going to be through the roof. But like I said, Scooby does a great job. If you had time to talk to him at CW2 when you come down, I have never seen a man in my life that is so laid back until you piss him off. Until you piss him off. But he's so laid back, nothing, upsets him. Nothing shakes his game. He's just super chill. So when I get all stressed out, he'll come to me and be like, man, you better get off your ass. Let's go. We got things to do. And it sort of picked me up. So we keep running, we bounce off each other. So I know the anxiety level will be up there, but I'm ready for it. It ain't no different than being shot at in Iraq. So let's get it.
I don't know, man. No, I'll take your word for it.
Hey, it's some guys in there. We got some guys coming from California. So I know they know a little bit about Compton. Same shit. South side of Compton.
Every time I talk to Nate, he always says, man, we're going to do a race at an old school spot. I'm like, Compton? He's like, no, man. I'm like, I just want to go see it. I don't, you ain't got to see it right. I just want to go just maybe lay on the ground and just lay, it's a bucket list spot for me, so.
Hey, I'll tell you this. One thing I learned as a young man, when in Rome, act like the Romans. I have been tons of places in my life, all across the world. When I got to wherever I was going, I did this, and I was just like them. And I made it out. I think the only thing that really stuck me was this Southern accent that never left. I'm telling you. Automatic.
How close is the track to Nashville?
About an hour and a half, right off the interstate.
And that's east of Nashville, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Dylan's wondering because he probably won't go to Nashville after racing. You go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I've had some good times in Nashville, boy. That's a perfect place. Party.
So Edmund can DSSR come do some live feeds.
Please contact me via Facebook private messenger and we'll get you on the list. I have an actual list of media that's coming out, and whether overshadow anybody, I'll make sure we don't have too many. So hit me up as soon as we get off this live feed and we'll try to work something out.
Yeah, and that's another thing I was going to touch on. Media people, they kind of some media might stand in the way of other people, and it can get pretty hectic. over there and stuff like that. So I mean, some guy might be standing and some guy shot, and it might cost one guy a shot, but the other guy might get it. So
I tell you, I got my plan, simple plan. I'm simple-minded. I'm country, so I try to keep everything as simple as possible. Is remember when we started that list on Facebook, who wants to be media for the 250,000 come up, all this good stuff. So my plan is you're going to have a majority of your action on Friday night. You're going to have the finals and the money paid on Saturday. So why not take your media and split them? Give them action on Friday, give some action on Saturday, and you ain't got people on top of people. Everybody's getting good, clear shots. Everybody's live feeding. It's going to be live feeding. We ain't walking on. We're not congregated around the starting line, which is we ain't going to let that happen this time like CW2. We're going to have a good, organized race. Just like I said, I got to give props to Donald Long again. He runs a good, organized race. A lot of times on the street, and you know this, Limpy, shit gets crazy. Well, guess what? Yeah. When we run in for this kind of money, we're going to be organized. Fans are going to come in. Fans are going to enjoy. We're going to have something for y'all to do. We're going to have some entertainment for y'all. We're going to have races, some badass races. But at the same time, once I get to doing my live feed, I will stress we need y'all to follow instructions. Nobody on that starting line. You got guys racing for this kind of money. We can't have nobody tripping no beans. We got to have tire crack cameras. We not going to have it's not going to be a lot of games that we're going to play on that situation, but we're going to have a good time at the same time.
So the big race is at
Crossville,
Tennessee. And that's the Halloween, or I guess Halloween's on a Monday, but it's Halloween, pre-Halloween weekend.
Yes.
And the Civil War 3 is
Muncie.
I got the flower. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah.
I tell you, just to talk a little bit about this race right here. I know I can't be more enthused about CW3 over the 250,000. The 250,000 is huge, but I'm more excited about CW3 because for everybody that hadn't been tracking, you can go to my page. I shared the Limpy's page. Check this video out that 660 Street made. It tells the whole storyline of our first Civil War till our third. And the bad thing about it, the South won one, the North has took round 2, and this is the tiebreaker. This is where we're going to see the shit hit the fan. And I am so excited. Number 2, I'm excited because I will personally have a car in the race, a dog in the fight. So, I ain't been in a seat in a long time. If things get a little stressful, then I'll pull myself out of seat. I got a brother that's a badass driver, but we're going to be in the mix. We're going to have fun with everybody else. So I'm super excited about this race coming up in Muncie.
Yeah, and that's at Muncie, Indiana.
Yes.
People. August 28th. So be there.
Yeah.
Or watch the live feed, one of the two.
Yep. All you got to do, hey, Limpy is the man. He will be on live. And hey, as far as I'm concerned, we brothers now. Everywhere I go, Limpy go.
We have pre-sale or reserve tickets for spectators on the
man. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't lie to anybody or anything else. I have people that's wanting me to do that, and I really don't feel comfortable doing it. I'm a first come, first serve type people. Get in where you fit in, because like we talked about earlier, some people don't have the money to travel. Well, some people don't have the money to stay overnight. Some people don't have money to do a lot of things. So that guy that makes $10 an hour that gets his family up and makes a move when them gates open at 8 o'clock comes and sit. Remember at CW2, we had a line at the gate before 8. Those people were there.
I was sitting in
it. Yeah, dude, I want to give them opportunities. And I know it's more of a business realm to actually pre-sale tickets and all that. I don't feel good about it. I want to give everybody fair opportunity. Like I say, I don't have money. I'm broke. At least that's what I'm gonna tell folks, because I got an ex-wife that's collecting child support.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm broke.
Yeah, I'm broke. So
I can't even afford to pay attention.
Yep, that's me. Bologna and light bread all day.
Bologna and hand sandwich.
That's right. I think we're giving enough options for everybody, especially having a race on Friday, and that's going to be hours. You got 256 cars, 128 pairs. That's going to be an all-night event. Then you got the finals, rolling into, if we get through 2 rounds, it'll be 64 cars on Saturday. If not, then we'll have 128 cars on Saturday. So, hey, we got plenty of opportunities. Some people are going to want to do 2 days. Some people are going to want to do one. I think we'll have The track is huge. I think we're going to have plenty of room. I'm actually going up there next week to check out and do my planning of the area and how we're going to set up. And I will make sure the track's already told me they're going to do grandstands at the end. So people ain't standing, they got a place to sit. We're trying to surround this and make this like you're racing on the track, like the lights out, accommodate everybody. So I really, as of now, I don't think we'll do ticket sales. It may change. I got a team. I don't make all the decisions myself. I'll talk to the team about it. If they think it's a good idea, I will. But me personally, I don't feel comfortable doing
that. Somebody was asking about Kendall. He was on Team South. Now he's, I guess, Team North or vice versa.
So what we did, when you're at home, everybody wants to play. But when you travel, it's hard to get people to travel. So when we started out the one, I did not know Kendall going. I did not know a lot of guys for CW1. And Team 260, Mac TV, those guys up in Indiana brought down as many as they could. They brought down 18. Well, it was the first race. They didn't know me. I knew some of the guys from going over the lights out through networking. They come down, they tried it out. They found out everything was legit. We got together. We had a great time, and we came up on round 2. Well, round 2 was right back in the South. Guess what? Everybody and their mama wanted a piece of the pie. So my 32 car spots, bam, were filled up just that quick. But the North had to travel again. So, of course, they were going to be hurting on spots. They filled from everywhere. Kendall was on the North. Ryan Mitchell was on the North. And it's just pretty much filling spots as spots needed to be filled. Now we're on round 3. Guess what? I got 4 open spots on South because we're having to travel 12 hours. It's just how the ball rolls. So if those 4 spots need to be filled by 4 cars up north that want to race, I'm not telling nobody no. Come on. If you win, I'm claiming it as a win for the South, but we're going to allow you to race. And that's just how that went down.
Yeah. People were asking about how early can they get there and this and that and the other. Man, that's a long ways off. I'm sure plans will be changed between now and then. Yeah. I would just say as we get closer, you'll be posting or they can message you and figure stuff out.
That's right. If you want to follow, I know Richard got on my ass the other night. He was like, dude, you got to start putting your name out there so people know where to follow. Well, King Messi is what they call me. Go to Facebook, King Messi, go to that follow button. Everything that we do about CW3 or the $250,000 race will be on that Facebook page. Also, we have a YouTube, Grand Hustle Racing. We have a TikTok. We have all social media, Grand Hustle Racing or King Messi. Y'all go if y'all need information. They'll all be on that.
He said he's willing to travel. I don't know where. I'm sure just message him and he can get you in whatever.
Yep. Just shoot me a private message.
So after up to now, what has been the most stressful versus the most easiest race that you've done? I know they're not all easy, but I think that are easy.
The easiest race I've ever done because of the drivers made it just so easy was CW1. CW1 just went smooth. We had a couple of hiccups on a tire. We had a rain out day. It's what happened. We had some locked in guys. We had some guys that came in with some 17-inch wheels. It was a different kind of tire, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, the rain out day, some guys dropped out, new guys came in, and they wouldn't know where the situation. Other than that one situation that we had, smooth. Cars rolling, no wrecks, no mishaps. Man, I laid back, and I was just happy to pay folks. I actually got to watch the race. So CW1 was definitely by far the easiest and smoothest race with prep also, a race I've ever done. CW2 has got to be what has been the most stressful event I've ever done because just like that video that Richard made for, I lost my dad and we lost 2 racers that were locked in the race. All 3 of those died weeks before the race. And man, I'm gonna tell you, my mind was not there. It was with the family, but I know my dad was a working man. He would tell me, pick your ass up, let's go to work. And that's what we did. It was just stressful getting through it. So CW1 is the easiest, CW2 is the most stressful.
And when you start planning these races, how far out do you start getting a vision in your head?
I've slipped on the prep side. Me and Scooby have done a lot of prep races. Actually, we have one coming up. I said I wasn't going to do anything past the $250,000 race, but I am military. I work on a military base in Crestview, Florida, and there's every branch of service here. So there was once 2 years ago that we threw a military race, a military appreciation race. We had jets fly, well, planes fly over, fireworks show, EOD, all the 9 yards. Everybody had a blast, so I'm going to do that again. So the prep stuff is sort of, I'll pop up with an idea. I'll hit Ryan up. He's an Emerald Coast Dragway. We'll talk about it. We'll run with it. 6 weeks out. The no prep stuff, I try to start way out in advance because there's a whole lot more that goes. We're locking in money. We don't lock in on the prep side. We're finding drivers. We're finding tracks. It's just a whole lot more that goes into that back end of the track rather than the prep side because you're actually hiring a track to actually operate. All you do is bring cars. It's easier on that prep side. The no prep side, not so much. I've learned that.
Boy, let me tell you. Whew. But
I don't think people really understand what we go through, Limpy, to tell you the truth.
Well, everybody has a vision, and everybody's vision could be, it all sounds good on paper.
Yes.
But until the paper flies up and slaps you in the face, then you're all like, what happened? And then you gotta go off the fly. I mean, it's just, it's quick thinking, it's like a puzzle that falls over and you got like 5 minutes to complete it when it's, so you got to plan accordingly, and you've got to have backups and backups and backups just because shit doesn't go right sometimes.
Yes.
It just
plan A to Z.
I mean, it just doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. And even I'm sure vendors and
I tell you, that's a lot of confidence in other people.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I think we had a little skip there.
Oh, but I'm sure vendors and spectators and stuff, that it can get pretty hectic on your end, where placing people and stuff like that. How often do you get, what's the word I'm looking for, left high and dry on stuff like that?
Well, I'll tell you, when we're talking about setting up and everything around, just throwing these races in general, a lot, a lot. But just like you said, you got to have a plan A, plan B, plan C. And, it's been the hardest part of me growing through this and learning has been not to trust everybody. The way I was raised, coming from South Alabama, I wave at everybody. I speak to everybody. I give people trust until they break it. Well, one thing I learned quickly about business, you got to treat everybody the same, but at the same time, you can't trust everybody. You can't take a man in his word anymore. So, just coming out and talking to folks, as soon as you throw something big out there, a lot of people are going to blow you up. I want to be a part. I want to be a part. You can write them down, but half of those names that you write down, you'll cross out before day of. You know that as well as I do. You always got to, not overstaff, not get too many, but at the same time, keep you some in the side just for folks who fall out on you.
Yeah. And also, same with drivers and stuff, because you've got to have backups and backups for drivers as well. Because, people do break.
Yes.
It's just part of it. I mean, people test. I mean, there's testing goes on, and people, they might break, they might wreck, something might happen. So you got to have backups for drivers as well.
Hey, that's just like y'all, same thing when COVID hit. Lord have mercy. It was crazy. That changed. A lot of people got scared to come out the house, and I can't blame them. There's a lot of people that had relatives that passed away. So, those guys that said they wanted to come and race, and them good for their word, paid their money, those guys couldn't show up. There was a lot of things happening that stopped them from showing up. So you definitely had to have a list. It was crazy times during COVID when it was strong.
Yeah, that was going to be another question. I know how did COVID really affect y'all? I know different areas that y'all race in as different implements on mandates on how many people can be there and this and that and the other. I hear that we're looking for possibly another shutdown. I don't know how true that is.
From what I hear, working on the base, we have mandatory meetings to go through, and they keep us. We're back to wearing masks. They're basically trying to force the immunization, the shots on everybody because we're government, which is a lot of people ain't going to do that because they don't believe in that. So from what I'm hearing is the country will not shut down. This is what coming from the government telling me what I'm hearing. They will go back to some of the old way when COVID was hot, maybe some gatherings smaller than what we've been accustomed to. But we have plan Bs for that also if that comes up on our race days. I know this past time, last year, whatnot, our prep side was hurting. I'm talking about every race that we did until the country shut down. When they got to talking about COVID, it was hurting. I'm talking about we went from 1,500, 1,000 people coming through the gates on a routine small race to like 300 and 400. Well, if you do the math, if you still paying big money, ain't nobody making no money. Tracks were struggling. Everybody was struggling. Not so much on the no prep side. You know what? We just get down. We live there. This street racing people still came out and whatnot. But that prep side, it hurt. It hurt bad.
Yeah. I like what we liked about when we were out in the streets and stuff was police, when they did roll up on you, they didn't get out of their car, they didn't do nothing. They just y'all gone.
Yep.
Or they didn't even show up, period,
That's right.
But I know just depends on the area that you're at. It could get hot. It could, a flare up or whatever they call it.
Yep.
But man, it is what it. Oh, I don't know if Billy the Kid is coming.
See, now y'all want me to start promoting. I will tell y'all this. Billy the Kid is locked into the $250,000 race. Y'all want me to give all my secrets up. Can't promote, killing my promotion. But Billy the Kid is locked into the $250,000 race to come up.
Yeah, and believe it or not, I like Bill and Billy and all them guys, and I mean they've got a huge following and stuff like that. I mean,
yes.
When I was live at Rockingham, I tried to get the guy that was behind me. I don't know if y'all heard the guy drinking and the spectator. I had him drinking whenever they said get off the wall. He had to take a drink, and then I said, "Well, how about we do if has Billy raced yet?" And he wouldn't jump in on that. He was like, "No." He goes, "I'll die," because it was every other question was, has Billy raced yet, or has Billy ran yet, or is Billy still in it? Anything but Billy, and them guys, they've earned it. I mean, yeah, they put in the time, and so like that. So I don't know if you've noticed the big debacle this past weekend about the fuel or the what was it? The fuel issue or the reruns.
Yeah.
What is your personal opinion on reruns?
See, so I will tell you from my perspective and my perspective alone, I ran the streets, personally drove, I've gambled, I've gotten arguments, I've even had fights. And that leads me to believe the ways I do now. You keep everything simple and you won't have that kind of stuff. There are no such things as reruns. There is no such things as if you get half track, mid track, and something happens to your car in the middle of a race, having a second chance. We don't do that. We don't do, I mean, if you got a close race that comes through the traps, too close to call, rerun. That'll be on the race master. If you got a discrepancy on the starting line for some technical reason or on the flagger or something on the staff, then rerun. But as in something happening to your car, as in I'll go deeper than that. I know I've read a lot. I stay on Facebook all day because to be good at what I'm at, I've got to catch everybody else's shortcomings and I got to correct them in mine. So this swapping chip shit, I'm just going to be King Messi. Ain't no way in hell. If you draw a chip out of my bag from my staff, you are going to race in that spot. It ain't no trading chips. It ain't no selling chips. It ain't no reruns. We got one shot, one kill. Off the trailer, no testing, all that. I thought this was second nature. I thought this was like the unwritten rules.
Yeah, I've seen people. We used to back in the day do, everybody draw a chip and then hold it until, we call you up. But
yeah.
since that started happening, then it's for now on. You draw a chip and then let me know what number you got right then.
Yep.
That was going to be another question about the chip draw, but now I'm lost. I'm lost here.
I tell you, man, just to give you some props, give Richard some props, give Scooby some props again. Between myself, you, Richard, and Scooby, there's not a lot that we have not seen. Not with this style of racing, not in the street. I want to be comfortable in saying we've probably seen it all. All the hustles, all the tricks, everybody trying to get over. I've been a part of that. Hey, I ain't gonna talk about my youth, you know what I'm saying? But we've seen it all. And to have guys like y'all to sit and communicate with and to network with, we can cover pretty much all. Now, I'm not saying that we won't come into something that I've never seen before, that we've never seen before as a group, and then we have a issue, but that issue can be resolved. Simple. Oh, let me cover this though, Limpy. Grand Hustle is a family. I say that all the time. Literally, from the gate to myself, blood. I have my daughter running the gate. I have my aunt that's in charge of the gate. All the merchandise sales comes from another aunt with cousins. So with that being said, we're a family environment. There will be no fighting, absolutely zero fighting at our events. I'm not going to kick you out. I'm losing weight. I'm getting in shape, but it ain't to fight. It's to look good. I will have security there. I don't want to hear it. Don't come and say, Shannon, it was this. Shannon was that. Scooby, it was this. No, I'm letting it be known now. If you fight, we're not going to let one or two people destroy a great time for thousands. We are not going to do it. We'll talk about that shit, private message, text, phone calls, whatever, after the race. But if you pass a lick, you get in an altercation and you can't be man enough to walk away, then go ahead and start walking towards the gate, because that's what we're going to do. We're not going to tolerate it.
Yeah. And that's what another thing I was going to tell you, starting line stuff. I know BJ flags one way and I flag another. Just,
yes,
you know, he does his thing and I do mine. Start line stuff. I seen a bunch of people that say, like Billy's, for instance, his trans brake, either I think it kind of stuttered and it kind of pushed through and they got to rerun this and that and the other. I know tire crack stuff was a problem in Civil War II.
Yes,
but I think I've got that all figured out, and we won't have no issues.
Nope.
With that being said,
good thing about that, we did have an issue with tire crack going and reviewing because of the fans were just flooded. We will not have that. We were blessed to have drivers that understood. You know, that could have been a big uproar. You know, that they could have come to me and there would have been literally nothing I can say, because I've been in a seat where some faulty stuff went down and I've lost and I'm upset. I'm fired up because I didn't get a proper shake. Well, they allowed us to correct it and move forward. And I thank you to all those drivers that was out there. You were out there, Limpy. You seen the madness we had to deal with.
Yeah. What we always say is, at least what I used to do is, you know, if your driver, if somebody's in your crew that's in the way of the tire and it can be, and there's a discrepancy, I'm sorry for your luck, you know.
Yes.
But that's just the way. I mean, with this much money on the line nowadays, you can't and you can't chicken shit it, you know. I mean, you can't just two-face it. You can just have your guy do what's right. I know some people like to do the thumbs up, my guy's ready, this and that and the other, and I can flag a race any way that people need to. I mean, I've been all over different ways in different states and different country. Not really. Well, I guess when I go to Mexico, I guess, you know, Canada, but just, you know, it's we're not in this to run anybody. We're in this for a fair shake on everybody. So everybody's got to have their ducks in a row, especially with this kind of money on the line, and you gotta have your shit in order.
Yes.
From start to finish, you gotta have everything in order.
Nobody wants to go home on a technicality. They want to be outran, not on a technicality. And that's one thing that we have a meeting coming up in Grand Hustle. We always have a big meeting. I'll cook for everybody. We'll get them fed and we lay it all out. And we do this on a corporate level. Even though we're small, even though we're family and whatnot, we have to do it on that level for the simple fact of, look at the money that we're paying out. People change over money. And when you're talking about 100, 200, 50,000, all that big money, people going to change. Stress levels going to get high. So if we're not on point, it's going to show. The first pass, it'll show what we're about.
Yeah.
Got to be on point. That's why you hire the best to do what they do. Limpy is there on site doing what he does. BJ will be there. How we run it, I'll be left up to us, left up between BJ and yourself. Whatever we agree to, that's what we're going to tell the drivers, and that's what we're going to stick to. If they can't listen to y'all, ain't no sense of them to come to me. You know?
I mean, it is what it is. BJ and I we're not out to screw anybody. So I mean, we want a fair shake. We just want a clean, fair shake for everybody. You know, man, you got food. When's the meeting and stuff? Where I gotta be? Where I gotta be at, and what time? And
I'm gonna tell you, I done lost a little weight. I was knocking on 300 pounds. I ain't get there with a woman cooking for me. I'll tell you, I cooked for Vidal.
I remember 300. I remember 300 like it was. Well, it was a long time ago. It was
I hear you.
Long time ago.
Hey, I tell you what, you will get a part of the. We're actually cooking fried chicken at CW3. You know it. CW2, we came in Friday night. It'll be the same thing in CW3. The track is hosting a streetcar event, so we'll be doing our thing. We'll be cooking for drivers. All the drivers that are locked into our small tire, big tire list. Bring your families. Come on. We always buy a big pile of food and we feed y'all Southern style. It was seafood at CW2. This time it'll be fried chicken. We bringing it straight out of Southern Alabama, but we got a boy from North Carolina named Big Calhoun. Jeff Calhoun is gonna cook. So hey, y'all come and enjoy. I'll make sure to save you a plate.
So, King Messy, what is your take on Chase's a race?
Man, you just want me to get into it. All right.
I'll tell you mine. I think it's chicken shit, but that's just me.
So if you got some homeboys out there in them streets, I have done Chase's a race, but I did not like it. I just conformed to the way because everybody else was doing. How I personally feel about it, it is a crock of shit because I can sit there and get a lead on you, not even trying to race. It just don't make no sense. Do
it ain't racing. It ain't racing. It's hustling.
It's hustling. That's what it is. The big list. Hey, we call it grand hustle because that's what I'm from. We didn't have money like everybody else did back in the day. I'm talking about they make jokes and memes about this shit now, but we brought it real life. The 283s, the camel hump heads, the 3/4 cams, we had all that. Had nitrous on there, spraying the piss out of it, and it wasn't even tuned. That was us. So any way we could catch up with the guys that had know-how and had money, we did. So we stuck with the hustle. We couldn't afford to run with them without it. But when we could, you know what we did? Man, I'm not trying to hustle. It's too much stress. Turn on that flashlight. Let's see who the real man is. That's the only way to race, in my opinion. Only way.
They said, how do you feel about the starter betting on cars running?
Hell no. No.
Man, I've never bet. I bet on races, but it's none that I've actually flagged. I mean,
yeah.
Especially, you know, on the streets when I start the race and I have my finish line guy. We're neutral. We don't care who wins or loses. And a guy that's betting on a race that has his guy down there, something shady about that. I mean, you might as well just do Chase's a race when it comes to that shit.
Let everybody know. Meet and message, Shannon, whatever you want to call me. Every race I've thrown a ton of races down in this area, down in the Southeast. Everybody knows me. I do not gamble while I'm throwing a race. I ain't even got to be on the starting line. I'll gamble with Scooby, but that's our hype. That's what we do in between to get the fans and the drivers all, you know, in the mix. But we do not gamble. I do not allow any of my staff to gamble because it's a bad look. It don't matter if you got a hand in it or not. If somebody loses, they're automatically looking at you. Automatic. You know, I've heard it all. Hey, man, we had a big thing with promoters throwing races on no-time events on our prep side, and they were running up and down out of the tower. Well, what do you got in the tower, Limpy? You got times, you got computers. I don't want nobody. If I am a no-time racer by far on the prep track. If I see a promoter going in that tower, me and him got something to talk about because he just killed my whole game. If my number comes out, everybody knows it. Guess what? I'm a duck. I don't know how to hustle nobody on the prep side on the NT. So it's just several things that you know, I know. I thought it was an unwritten code. There's several things that you just do not do. But that's also telling who's been in the streets, who's been in the game longer, because these new guys just don't follow the same codes that we do.
Yeah, and I seen some oh boy. That's my buddy over there. But I've seen some racers or flaggers betting on races and stuff, but there's a difference between if it's your boy or not.
Yeah.
It's not no. It don't matter if it's your boy or not. If you're flagging a race, you shouldn't have any skin on it. Just my personal opinion. Just my personal opinion.
Got to be legit. Our main thing is, and I know it's just like yours, we want to grow. And doing shit that just ain't copacetic, you're not going to continue to grow. If you're honest, if you take care of folks, you're going to continue to grow. Hey, look at Grand Hustle. Grand Hustle started from the streets with 2 or 3 cars, racing each other, brothers, whatever, and we've grown to this. Throwing one of the biggest races that ever happened in history. So, it's just out of being good to folks and being a man of your word and all that good stuff, just being a good human being. That's hard to find these days. They used to be normal. What happened?
So I know you're military and stuff. How long? I know you said you did a tour overseas?
Yes. Right when I'll tell you a funny story. Well, it's not funny. I got married in 2000 flat. No, it was 2001, July. My ex-wife was from New York City. We come home to Alabama, got married, spent 2 weeks. We went to New York City, and I walked around those towers looking up. I got sick to my stomach. I've never been out of state of Alabama, seen anything bigger than, 3 or 4 flights on a building. I looked at the World Trade Centers and got sick. I was like, wow, I cannot believe a man actually built this. I got back to Germany where I was stationed, and it was weeks later that I seen them crashing down on the TV. And man, I was devastated. I was like, if they would have been a couple of weeks earlier, that could have been me, with those fire department, those people just walking on the street that lost their life. So of course, being from Alabama, Southern boys, we're always going to take care of one another. I was ready to go. I was on the first thing smoking. I was a mechanic at the time. Got there about 2 weeks after we got there. Supply lines got hit, and I end up turning from a mechanic to a gunner on a Hummer, 50 cal gunner. So we seen some action. We seen a lot of things. It was wild. It was crazy, but it gave me a lot of life lessons. Life is short. If you don't take care of the man next to you, then he can't take care of you. And I bring a lot of that stuff into the racing side. It's just, man, treat people like you want to be treated. We got it made over here in America. Even though we got some small issues, which I see small, it's dividing us as a country. But you take your ass over there to a third world country where these folks drinking dirty water, ain't got no damn food. I seen a kid run across the street in Iraq. It was 140 degrees, and it left his footprint on the ground. He didn't have no shoes. When you see shit like that, it just changes your whole mentality on how you see life. There's nothing to stress about. That's
what I was going to ask. I said, you've probably seen some weird stuff that people really take for granted over here and stuff. But and it's a weird. My family's been in the military, and my old man, well, he was in Vietnam, but he wouldn't talk about stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
he was in the jungle and stuff. But it's appreciate your service for one, and we appreciate everything you're doing for the racing, and especially how you get all hyped up.
I love it. I'm telling you, when you text me today, and I was like, hey, do you want Shannon or do you want TS? It's been hard not to do my normal. And just to let everybody know, this is a character. This is for strictly entertainment. During the times of me promoting when just Shannon, all this on the lower scale, we had fun. But the world got crazy. I got sick of seeing the same shit on Facebook, on social media, people arguing and bickering about stuff all day. The government, this, the government, that, all that. So I come out with this character called King Message. King Message keeps it real. He just tells it like it is. How are you arguing with this man over here about this when you don't even take care of you this? Stuff like that, just keeping it real. So we got to doing this. I bring my character. We laugh, we play. It was simply to take people's minds off of this craziness that we got going on in the world. We sit down for an hour on live feed. We laugh. I throw some little video clips on there. I'm King Message. I'm fat. I'm burning up in this damn cake. Can't get the AC low enough, But it's all just to take 1 hour a day to step away from real life, because the world is really effed up right now. Just people's mindsets are effed up. We're disrespectful. We don't care about one another like we used to. It's just crazy. So to bring a little bit back home, like we have done it, even if it takes a race, a $250,000 race, King Messy attire, me and Limpy going on live feed, whatever it does to get people together and congregate and not have no bullshit going on. Man, let's do it. Let's do it every day.
Yeah. And in case y'all people don't know, I've got a couple alter egos, just in case y'all didn't know. But one is Pat McCrotch. He does interviews for the streets at WMX Street of Mundo.
I know that one.
And Peter Fitzwell, he does track stuff too for BMX Street of Mundo. So in case y'all didn't know that was me, that's really me. But it's me as him. Kind of, we got our little side hustle, or we get in our heads and stuff. So it takes it away from all the other stuff that we can have fun with. And you got to have fun. You got to have fun nowadays, people. Don't take the government, the politics, the religion, just don't take stuff to heart. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. So I mean, if we were all the same people, if God made us all the same, then what would we be doing right now?
Man, this would be a boring ass world. Boring.
I mean, shit. Have fun, people. You get one life. You get one life, and live it on your terms. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm blessed to wake up this morning and on this side of the line and on here live with King Messy.
Don't do it as long as we can do it.
Yeah.
Hey, my daddy said, "Hey, son, no matter what anybody tells you, you ain't got to do but two things in life." I said, "What's that, Dad?" He said, "Stay black and die." It's like, okay. So, that's how I live my life, and a little backstory on that. My dad lived to be 65 years old. If I live to the age that he lived to now in the future, I've got 25 years left in my life. Do you honestly think that I'm about to worry myself with the bullshit that's going? Nope. No. Me and Limpy, me and Richard, me and Scooby, we finna have us a good time until one of us check out of here. Then I'm gonna go. I hope y'all go before me, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna talk shit. Hey, just like we're doing now. Everybody has their appointed time. You got to live the best life you can. Treat people right.
Yeah, my old man said you learn shit the hard way or the easy way. How you learn it's up to you.
That's right. No truer words than that. And
I've actually lived longer than my old man to this day, so I'm blessed with that.
Yes.
Richard
on now?
he's probably checking in. He's probably checking in because Richard's busy. Richard's a busy guy. He
That's
works.
A good thing, though.
He works a full-time job, and then he works his editing stuff, and plus he's got all kinds of other stuff. I mean, he's a busy man.
Yep. So that's why he is successful, because he ain't scared to work. He ain't scared to grind. He's gonna be successful because we ain't scared to chase it and go get it. You got all these folks out here that say, I want to be messy now. This is your life, so I ain't gonna do it. But you got all these damn help on it and all these broke ass people. 2 and 2 ain't 5. Go for it.
and you got to if you want it, ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You gotta get out there and take it.
Nope. If they give it to you, it's gonna be costs and strings attached. Beware. That's the truth.
So somebody growing up listening to you right now, wanting to be King Messy later on in life, what can you tell them?
Please don't, kids. Please don't. No, man. Real talk. There's a lot of things in my life that I could change for the better, and I work on it daily. I always say on my page or whatnot, if you see me in the street, if you have a problem, whatever, I got a shoulder for you to lean on. If I can help you in any kind of way, I'm going to do it. The only way I've got to the place that I am today as a person is family. I am big on family. There's been times when I could have been lost, could have been dead, could have been in prison, but I had a daddy that beat my ass, a mama that beat my ass, and a whole village that if my mom and dad missed it, they would whoop my ass. So with all that said, hey, don't be scared to whoop the kids. They learn respect somewhere. You know that you got to respect. You got to just treat people like you want to be treated. Simple. And that's what I'm not. I don't see myself as a high place. I'm still down in the trenches trying to dig my way out, but I'm hustling. One day we'll get there. And if any kid asks me, hey, how can I be like you? Hey, obey thy mother and father. If you see an adult, call them yes, sir, yes, ma'am. You know, simple things go so far.
Yeah. You know, if most kids now, they say yes, sir, no, ma'am, or yes, ma'am, you know, their ass is in trouble.
Yes.
Kids ain't like we grew up. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But it all starts with us. I tell you, if my son come to you and don't say Mr. Limpy, I ain't got to do nothing but look at him. He already knows. Just a quick turn, look at him. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Limpy.
What we call it around here is the look. If you get the look.
Hey, so no matter where you from in the world, I think it's a lot of us alike. Hey, for the longest time, I thought the Southern folks was the only one that got their ass beat. But now I'm getting out there in the world and I'm meeting folks like yourself and, you know, people from different states. And I'm like, damn, I don't feel so lonely. It's some other folks got their ass towed up too.
Damn. I remember my old man beating my ass one time and he had a wooden paddle and he was just made it out 2x4 and he broke it over my ass one night. And I'm like, yes. And then I hear him in the garage with the making another one.
Yeah.
Damn.
You got me. My grandmother used to work as a janitor at my high school. This is why I'm so politically correct. And I call everybody, sir, okay, I'll fake it. She was a janitor. So back in those days, there was corporal punishment. You could get a paddling by your teacher. So if I messed up, it was always my mouth. I talk too much or I slip up and I cuss or something. They send me to the principal's office. I get my ass whooped. Then they say, go see your grandmother in the boiler room. So I go to the boiler room. She tear my ass up and say, wait till I get you home to your mama. My mama will lay 102 pounds soaking wet on my ass and say, woo, wait till your daddy get home. Man, near-death experience. So, you know, I was hard-headed. I didn't learn, but I am glad for every whooping and chastisement time that I've had in my life. I should have got double because I would have been doing better right now.
And I got away with more because I was the baby of the family, you know, but if you got in trouble with school, boy, it was twice as bad as when you got it when mom got home, and then you got twice as bad when dad got home.
Yes, it was horrible. But I tell you, man, these kids don't know what we went through.
getting shivers over here. I'm thinking,
hey,
waiting on the wife to come through here.
You see that last comment? Talking about
Which
29
one?
is a small. I'm gonna get a tattoo after the $250,000 race and say 28 for life.
You know, 28s are for guys that have Mustangs that couldn't put a 29 on it. So
we can't put no 29 on no G body. It's scrubbed.
I got a Mustang too, but I'll have 28s on it, but I'll still run with 29 guys. I you know, it is what it is.
If it works, it works.
I ain't scared.
Mustangs on a 9-inch slick get down where other people couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
I already know Richard got his ass whooped. He got too much respect.
Richard still gets his ass whooped. He still gets his ass whooped.
I think that's why we all get along so well. We live similar lives, just in different places. That's all it is to it. So,
out of what's the best track you've been to?
Woo, that's a hard one. Well, you could say surface wise, you could say staff wise. I mean, there's a lot of different avenues because I've been to some places that the staff was just awesome. And
you got places, you got places you won't ever go back to, huh?
That is true. I'm gonna keep that to myself.
I think I know where you're. I think I know.
You get me once. Yep. Hey, well, you know we on social media. If we was talking on the phone just around the boys, it'd be a whole lot of shit coming out of our mouth. But I ain't trying to do nobody like that. I'm messy and petty. I ain't going to that level though.
Surface.
Surface. Everybody knows the greatest surface. If you're talking about prep side, is SGMP. That's it. Surface side. I mean, they break records every year.
So the no prep stuff, top end.
I have to say Gulfport, just because the surface. Everybody looked at that surface. You can ask Richard. He's on here tonight. I was stressed out because everybody thought that surface was just going to hold a number. And I was like, man, if y'all will just trust me, I've been in the game for a long time. I don't think it's going to turn out like y'all think. And you have guys wanting to pull out. You have guys wanting to get refunded. And I was like, man, y'all just trust me. Did you see any hard links come out that day? It wasn't no astronomical. I think it set the stage when Brent Self and Billy the Kid went out of that first round because Billy was supposed to have the good lane. All I seen tire smoke. Brent was supposed to be in the other lane. All I seen was tire smoke, and everybody was like, "Okay, yeah, this ain't gonna be so bad." Yes, thank you, Richard. Thank you, Richard. Was I not stressing out that Friday night? Stressed out.
I think I don't know who it was, but it was Bumper Wilson. I forgot the guy's name that drives it, but when they made that lick and went straight down, and I was like, hey,
I'm
who
the
the hell is this guy?
Sean Fensler and Bumper Wilson and Kendall Goin make licks every time they touch the track. But them guys race every freaking weekend. They put in the work, so they go. It wasn't no, hey, I just want to go race and have a picture taken. You've seen those caliber guys out there who was getting down, who wasn't getting down. It taught a lot of people something. A lot of people came out and raced CW2 and went back to the drawing board, and now I have seen them race, and they are making licks. Scooby called it. He know.
Oh,
it all worked out pretty good though. Like I said, if it ain't stressful on the event organizer, then it ain't gonna be no good race. Everybody know that.
which I looked at it and I was like, I can judge surfaces, a little bit. I've seen some over my little bit. I've only been doing this for a couple of weeks, and I was like, man, this it might be pretty good.
Yeah,
about third round.
Hey, I got to take that back. Ask Richard about street racing Haven for CW1. I tell you, I called myself trying to be this good guy and try to take everybody. Didn't want no wrecks. I hate to see a racer tear their stuff up. So I got with my buddy Orion Milliken, and I got his tractor with his sweeper. And I brought it all the way from Emerald Coast over in Holt, Florida, and took it to Mississippi on his truck that he let me borrow. Took it off, and I was just going to make a clean sweep. Sweep all the gravel and everything so anybody get loose. Let me tell you, if I was there now, 2 years later, running that sweeper, I'd still be pulling rocks out of the dirt. Man, I made one pass of rocks was going 20 foot in the air. I tell you, that was a tricky surface right there.
Uh-oh.
Alabama patches. Yes. Oh, Charles Snyder.
Yeah. When he came, where'd I see him last time? We were somewhere.
He come out y'all's way, didn't he?
Yeah, and he was having problems, the same problems with he had the first time. I think the motor was trying to hydrolock on him or something.
Yep. I think the first time I met Charles on Alabama patches was over at the Hole in Albany, Georgia. I went over there and I seen his truck. As soon as I walked up on the place, I seen his truck stand up on the back bumper on a no prep on the back end. And I said, oh, Lord, yes. So I told my buddy, I was like, hey, didn't you just run him? He was like, yeah. I was like, make me meet him. He's got to be in my next race. I went over there and talked to him, some of the best folks that you want to meet. But then again, it's Alabama. We just love folks down here. We're good people.
Yeah. We, when I went to North Carolina, I went through there and I was like, man, I could live out here. It's peaceful. Nice out there.
Yep. It's just how it is, that country setting.
Yeah, of course, where I live now. I mean, we've lived here for 30 years, but it used to be country-ish, but now it's full blown city. How does city life, where you go to meet people, versus country life?
I tell you, it's a whole lot
different character.
different. I mean, when you put a whole bunch of folks in a little bitty place, nobody trusts nobody because you just all together. Everybody always in your business. In the country, a country mile is like 40 miles. Our neighbor, if we lived on one dirt road and my whole entire family lived on that dirt road, and we didn't have another neighbor for several miles. But at the same time, we live so far out in the country. If you got sick, I remember me and my brothers used to get jacked up, jumping out of trees and whatnot. Ain't no ambulance coming. By the time they got there, you dead anyway. It's just remote. It was crazy. It's two total different worlds. I moved to Crestview, spent a lot of my time down here. I work right down the street. I got a cousin who lives down here. But being in the city and just right up the street, there's Walmart. And right down the street, there's this. I'm like, man, I don't know how to act, because in the country, we had to drive 30 minutes to get to the gas station.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we lived going to town was 45-minute drive, and then you got 2 weeks worth of supplies, and then you went home.
Yep. That's how it was. That is a fact. I think that hospitality goes everywhere in the States. You got good people everywhere. Because I'm gonna tell you, we got some sorry SOBs in the South. Not every. Hey, my pet peeve, and I know it shouldn't be. I'm working on myself. I told you the Lord's trying to do something with Keith messing. But my pet peeve, if I'm riding down the road and I meet a car, or if we're at a stoplight, if I wave at you and you don't wave back, I want to fight your ass right now. If I'm wasting my energy and time waving at you, please wave back. I'm telling you.
So, who's your favorite driver or racer?
See, why you trying to make me pick? Hey,
not really pick, but
what? Look, I have so many.
I think you're gonna get some more T-shirts after today.
Yeah, I have so many. I'm telling you, Kendall's my boy. I hear a whole lot of stuff going back and forth, whatever. I don't give a shit. If I like you, I like you. I don't give a damn what nobody else got to say about you. Ryan, Mitchell, and Megan, them my folks. I don't call them friends, they family. Except Jason, mother rank. These are new people that's coming in, and I'm just appalled of how great these people are. So I got to keep them on the top of my head. All them guys from up north, Nick Taylor, Adam Hodson. These are just pretty much anybody that comes races with us, we consider friends. If you come to one of our races and you see us, you ain't gonna see no bickering and whatnot. We may get on each other's ass, but I can't say I got a favorite driver, because all these guys are great, and all of them I consider friends. So having a great one, a better one, my favorite one, they're all about the same. Some are faster than others. I ain't gonna talk about nobody though.
Do you go to any other people's events and try to learn maybe or learn?
I keep up with a lot of pretty much everything on social media. Through the summers, I have my son. He's 13 years old. So I know Megan was trying to get me to come out her way for a race. I know you've had a couple of races I want to come to, but since I get him through the summer and it's only 2.5 months, I spend a lot of time with him. So until he goes back, he actually leaves next weekend. Then I'll break out and I'll start traveling, going. I learn from everybody. There ain't nobody that can't teach me something. It's like that. I'm either gonna learn from your great parts, I'm gonna learn from your failures. One or the other. I learn from everybody.
That's what I was gonna say. I've been doing this for a while, and I've gone all kinds of places, and you learn by mistakes, but you also learn. You try to implement stuff from other places. That's why I got the headlamp, because too many people know when the arm's coming up, either light's fixing to come on or there's no guessing game with me. It's but some people I've learned over, some people, just because they're on the line, that means they're not ready, which I don't know how. If they go to the track, I don't know how they do that staging stuff at the track, but the thumbs up or the headlights, up north, it's the headlights. Do you have anything that you've learned over the drivers that you need to talk about or implement?
I'll tell you what, the biggest thing that I've learned since I've been in this game, in this hustle of doing this, is make sure your ass cover everything you need to cover in the initial driver's meeting. I'll tell you, because if you got any kind of a car count, these guys are thinking. Their minds are working. They got crew members. It's so many people against you. And if you slip, they gonna call your ass out. So, that's why I got a big team. You've hit me up. You've let me know some things. Richard's hit me up. A lot of people hit me up, and I'm like, look, let me write all this shit down. We got to cover all this. I don't want to get caught with my pants down. And that's the biggest thing to learn. You just can't go off the top of your head, make notes, have it discussed in the driver's meeting, because if you don't, it's going to bite you in the ass. Personally,
yeah,
I've been there.
I've brought cheat sheets with me, or I got on my phone to go over everything, because people will find that gray area and they will try to exploit it. That's just second nature. And people, it's sad that people nowadays will try to take advantage of stuff like that. It's just not, they're not straight up people, but some people are like that. And some people, hey, it is what it is, but you definitely got to cover your basics on everything.
That is true. That is true. Oh, and if you miss one thing, it will be capitalized on. That is a fact.
Yeah. So anything else that you can think?
Biggest part of I know we're on Limpy's, and first of all, I want to thank you for bringing me on your live. You have a huge following, and what I'm trying to do right now, it takes a huge following, because I've got a lot of information I need to get out. So by me getting to come on yours, I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Let everybody know, King Messy on Facebook. Please come over, hit the follow button. Grand Hustle Racing on Facebook, Grand Hustle Racing on Instagram, Grand Hustle Racing, everything social media. So we try to get this information out, because I swear to y'all, I am not lying when I say I have a graphic design lady that puts a ton of effort in all my stuff. Every driver that races me get their own high definition flyer of the race that we're doing. We go the whole 9 yards to, impress the fans as well as the driver. Jennifer Martin is one of the best in the game. She will make me this super badass flyer with every bit of the information. I'll post it on social media, and 15 seconds later, these I like to cuss. These jokers will PM me and text me about the same shit that's on the flyer. I'm telling you, it's I am so not lying, but it's information. If you don't know it, I hate when we get to a race and a driver can't race with us that's traveled, because he got there, he didn't fit the steps, and he says, I didn't know. Oh, that kills me. It makes me feel like I'm not doing my job as a promoter. When a man comes and travels and spends time and gas, it just makes me feel some type of way. So all y'all go on King Messy if y'all want to follow the Civil War, if y'all want to race with us. We got the $250,000 race coming up. Hit that follow button on King Messy, Grand Hustle on Instagram. There it is. All that good stuff. Y'all come follow us. Don't be afraid. I'm very approachable. I'll talk to anybody. I usually stay up till 12, 1 o'clock at night. If you have any questions, PM, hit me up. On every flyer I share, my phone number's on there, and that's the only phone number I carry. So that is my personal phone number. I don't mind, as long as you ain't no telemarketer telling me that I'm behind on my student damn loans.
or your extended warranty.
My extended warranty.
What about extra weight?
So let's be legit about this whole situation. We have talked about it all night. The rules were the same rules that I had for CW1, CW2, CW3 Invitational. If you ain't got a standing set of rules against something, you don't come halfway through promoting. You don't come halfway through to the time of your race and change shit up. This has been biting people in the ass everywhere. When you changing up, it makes it look like you're putting certain people out of the race because they're the fast or I'm not doing that. We're the baddest of the bad. We're paying big money. We're going to have organization to it. And if my rules didn't kick you out first, I'm not kicking you out then. And I can't be no other way.
There you go.
They hustlers. I'm Grand Hustle. But if these hustlers are coming out, all I ask the drivers is be in the spirit of the class. Don't come out there like crazy.
Oh, did we lose him? Uh-oh. lose him? Oh, maybe okay. What about call outs? Oh, we might have lost him. I'm sure. I don't know about. I'm pretty sure that I think they had call outs the last ones that they did. Oh, yeah, laptop. I think he said laptop died on him. So yeah, laptop died. So if y'all need to hit him up, King Messi, just get on King Messi and message him as well. Anything that you want to ask, we'll go over this again. That is in or August 28th is the Civil War III at Muncie, Indiana. The come up is October, the end of October, right before Halloween. And as well, appreciate y'all guys coming on. Appreciate Shannon or King Messi coming on as well. Appreciate the stars, the stickers or the supers, all that. Where you can get online, thelimpy.com. I have a donate button there as well. You can donate to the Dr. Pepper Fund if you want to. We appreciate it. And as well, yep. Appreciate Shannon for her service as well, and appreciate all y'all coming on here, and hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all have somebody else that y'all want to maybe me to get live one-on-one with, just shoot me a message. Maybe we can make that happen. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and y'all have a good night.